right, this is definitely a very controversial ending to what was a very good, entertaining fight. So, I can't believe I'm saying this. Lewis Crocker defeats Paddy Donovan via 8 round disqualification. Yes, you don't hear about too many of them, certainly not in high profile fights. Maybe, you know, journeyman fighters who are, looking to not get stopped and stuff like that, you might hear about it there, but very seldom do you hear about them in high profile fights, and this certainly was. This had world title implications on it. Likely we will see a rematch, but wow. So yeah, let's talk about this fight. So going into this fight, I was looking forward to it. I certainly was. I am annoyed that I couldn't get to Belfast. It just, time and schedule wise, it just didn't work out for me, because I would have loved to have gone to it because the atmosphere looked incredible. This is one of the few undercards that Eddie Hearn has done in the last year or so that's been really good. I enjoyed the fight on the undercard. I really truly did. He had a lot of Belfast fighters on there. He'd some domestic clashes like Tommy McCarthy versus Stephen Ward, and quite frankly, Frank Warren's doing a show down in Bournemouth that, with Joe Joyce not being on it now, I mean, I literally had zero interest. And Frank Warren, over the last, say, 2 years, pretty much all of his cards I'd have some bit of interest in. I haven't watched any of the fights on that card. I was more concerned with this card than in particular the main event. I fancied Paddy Donovan to win this fight. I thought he might win it either on point or late stoppage, because I've seen Lewis Crocker several times, actually been live to see one of his fights before. And he's a good fighter. He's solid. A little bit too big, I think, from 147. I think 154 is his weight, and I wonder how much that takes out of him. But Paddy Donovan, I mean, I think I even did a review many years ago now, more than 5 years ago now, of his pro debut. I was very keen on the career of Paddy Donovan from the get-go. I was very interested in seeing his career progression, because I thought he was very talented. He was a very, very good amateur. He actually, although he's with Matchroom now, originally when he turned pro, he was actually signed by Top Rank, and they don't just do that to anybody. They take on really, really good fighters, especially if they're not like American, if they're coming from Ireland and stuff like that. They don't just do that to anybody. So Paddy Donovan, he had a lot to live up to, and I think he did. And I thought he was just the better fighter. I thought he was the faster. He probably hit a bit harder. He was just better in every avenue. He might not have been the bigger guy in terms of physical size, but every other avenue I thought it was Paddy Donovan, and Paddy Donovan big. And it pretty much went the way I thought it would do. Paddy Donovan, the superior boxer, the faster hand speed, the better combination puncher. Everything in there was going Paddy Donovan's way. However, Lewis Crocker he came in with the very high guard. He had his chin, I mean, when I say glued to his chest, he had it glued to his chest, so much so he was kind of kneeling over a bit. Now, one thing that will do is it will open you up for the uppercut, which it did. But you're talking about a southpaw versus orthodox. It's going to be an issue with feet and head, because the feet will come together and they'll kind of cross over. You see that at the odd time. But you'll also see an issue with head clashes, and we definitely seen this in this fight. Now, Paddy Donovan, I don't know him personally, never met him. I've never seen him as a dirty fighter at all. And I don't think any of the head clashes in there were deliberate. I think it was just a case of just recklessness more so than deliberate. When you look at someone like a Josh Warrington, there comes a point where recklessness becomes deliberate. When it's consistently happening, then you can say it's deliberate. In this fight, I think it was just genuinely recklessness. I mean, it didn't help that he had a guy with the earmuffs on. You're trying to meet him, you're trying to stay up close, you don't want to get in your bike. It happens. So Donovan was reckless with the head. He was docked 2 points, and it did cause cuts over Lewis Crocker. I mean, his right eye was just completely swollen shut. I mean, it was just completely swollen shut by the end of this fight, to the point where you could tell, looking at him, you were like, all right, he can't see. So you're going to have to pull him out. And chances are, had he been able to progress, after the 8th round and go back to the corner, chances are the corner would have pulled him out. Because if you look at him, he couldn't see. The eye was swollen shut. It was swollen shut, yes, from head clashes, but the combination punching of Paddy Donovan too. He's very accurate, very sharp, very accurate was Paddy Donovan, which I like to see. I thought he was sweeping the rounds. The only round I could really confidently give to Lewis Crocker was the 2nd round. The rest of them, Paddy Donovan combination punching. He was really bashing Lewis Crocker up there, let's be real, right? And I think it was the 5th or 6th round he was docked the first point, Referee gave him a third warning. There was another head clash, I think, then in round 7. Referee didn't give him a warning. There was another one then, and there was plenty more before this as well. There was another one then in round 8, to which the referee docked another point from Paddy Donovan. So he came in and was like, right, that's your last warning. Paddy Donovan then proceeds to drop Lewis Crocker, so it evened up the round. Now here's the point of contention. Here's the talking point. So basically, when Lewis Crocker got back up to his feet, it was near the end of the round. You could tell that eye was swollen. It was swollen shut. He couldn't see out of it. You could just tell. He was a one-eyed fighter. So at that point, the corner need to have decisions, and you got Billy Nelson in the corner, so God only knows what he would have done. But nevertheless, they've got to have decisions. Will they pull him out, or will they let him go for another round? Pointless if you can't see out of one eye. Completely pointless. Paddy Donovan basically fell into a trap. So Lewis Crocker knew, right, the writing's on the wall, let's start swinging. And that's what he did. I actually caught Paddy Donovan with a couple of shots. Paddy Donovan proceeded then to go and meet fire with fire. And then the bell went. Now, upon watching it, to me, it didn't seem like there was anything wrong. It seemed like Paddy Donovan caught Lewis Crocker with a shot. He went down. He looked at excruciating pain because it appeared to land on the bad eye, which obviously, I mean, if there's a swelling there, it's going to really, really hurt, as well as the concussive effect of it. And I thought, okay, the referee is waving it off. Paddy Donovan won the fight, and he proceeded to celebrate. And then he goes to Team Donovan and waves it off like that. And I'm thinking, oh, what the hell just happened there? Emerged that he disqualified Paddy Donovan. Paddy Donovan was inconsolable. I mean, he literally broke down in tears in the ring. And I'm kind of looking at this like, well, wait a minute. Was it after the bell? Because it was very loud, incredible atmosphere in the arena, in the SSE Arena in Belfast. But I was like, was it after the bell? So then the Zone showed a replay of it. And yeah, now this isn't one of those after the bell shots where the bell rings as the fighter is cocking a right hand and he's already thrown it, the bell rings and it lands. You know, you can't really say that's deliberate, because at the end of the day, he's cocking the shot. He doesn't know what time it is. He's cocking the shot, it's thrown, bell rings, boom, it lands. That's very different to what Paddy Donovan did there. This was kind of, listen, I will give him the benefit of the doubt, and I will do that. I will say that maybe in the atmosphere, being in the moment, because he was hit with a shot, he was retaliating, maybe in the moment it got the better of him, he didn't hear the bell. But definitely when the bell went, he threw a shot, and it wasn't a pre-cock shot, it was a literally bell went, boom, there's a right hook. Yeah. It's a really tough one. I mean, what do you do in that situation? You know, I don't know. I've seen fighters get away with a lot worse. Lawrence Okolie springs to mind. I've seen him hold and have point deductions and referees not do anything. In all fairness to this fight, with less implications. I mean, a British title fight is not a world title eliminator. I love the British title. It's an amazing title to have. The Lonsdale belt is legendary, but it's not a world title eliminator. And Lawrence Okolie against Matty Askin fouled, and he 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 had point after point after point deducted, and the referee did nothing. So where is the, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. It's going to be a major point of contention moving forward. We will inevitably see a rematch of this fight, that of which I've no doubt. I would make Paddy Donovan the favourite, but yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to take. At the end of the day, look, I'm not making excuses for Paddy Donovan. He broke a rule, clearly, right? It was clear for all to see. But you're a fighter. You've been buzzed. You're retaliating. You think you have him hurt. You're throwing. It's a loud arena. You are literally blanking everything out. The bell rings. The referee is not. He's looking at the fighters. He's hearing the bell. He's this, that, and the other. So I'm going to give Paddy Donovan the benefit and say maybe just in that moment, everything was just kind of, you know, focusing on Lewis Crocker. I didn't hear anything. There you go. Nevertheless, he did break a rule. He had 2 warnings for different fouls, and the referee then decided to wave it off as disqualification. It's going to be a major point of contention, definitely. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this. I'd be interested to see what you guys say. Do you think it was just that he was disqualified, or do you think that actually the referee should have done a different protocol, maybe given him, because, you know, I don't know, is it the same? I can't remember actually. I don't think it is. I think it's slightly different. I know if you're hit low, 5 minutes. That's why it's madness when people say, oh, Usyk, he milked it. It was the low blow, he's got 5 minutes. You know, you can use it if you want. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. So he's not breaking the rules. I'm not 100% sure about punches after the bells. I think that's a bit of a grey area. Here, listen, look at Hamza Shearers when he punched Bradley Skeet when he was down. You know, he wasn't DQ'd. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video. People, smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Until next time.